Hello everyone, in this video we'll be solving a medium problem number 80, remove duplicates from sorted array part 2. The problem statement is we are given an integer array nums sorted in non-descending order and we need to remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears at most twice. The relative order of the element should be kept the same. Looking at example number 1, as we have 3 entries with value 1, we need to remove 1. So the output would look something like this, where we have 2 1s followed by 2 2s and 1 3, and the value at the last position could be anything. And because there are 5 elements which are valid as per the problem statement, our output should be 5. I hope you were able to understand this problem statement. This is very similar to the easy version of the problem where we had to make sure that every element is unique. Now let's switch to whiteboard and discuss how we can solve this. If we were to take a simple brute force approach, we would iterate through the entire array once, save all of the values into a new collection, making sure the count of each number is not greater than 2, and once the iteration is done, we'll take this collection, save it back into the nums array and return it. And as we are iterating through the input array, we'll record the valid values in a separate variable which will be returned at the end. But because the problem statement is asking us to make the replacement using in-place operation, we can't take this approach. So now let's think about what is an optimized way of solving this. One way to solve this problem is using the 2 pointers, where we'll use the first pointer to iterate through the input array, while the second pointer will be used to mark the position of any values that are invalid as per the requirement. That is, if any value occurs more than 2 times in the array. The idea is that as we are iterating through the array, if we encounter a value that appears more than 2 times, we'll set the value of k to that position and continue the iteration until we encounter a valid value. Once we encounter a valid value using the first pointer, we'll take the value and save it in the position that k is pointing at, so that the array becomes valid. We'll continue this operation until we have iterated through all of the elements in the input array. Let's simulate this approach by applying it to the input given to us and understand how will this solve the problem. Because the problem statement is asking us to make sure that each element does not appear for more than 2 times in the array, we can start our iteration from I is equal to 2. Any values as I is equal to 0 and 1 is anyways going to be valid even if their values are equal or not. So we'll start with I is equal to 2 and k is equal to 2. K is going to be the second pointer. And we'll use this formula to check if nums of I is not equal to nums of k minus 2. So basically, we are comparing the current value of I with the 2 values behind that a is pointing at currently. Starting with the first input where I is equal to 2 and k is equal to 2, using the formula, we are comparing the value at position 2 with the value at position 0. As the values are equal, we'll only increment the I pointer, leaving the k as is. The reason we are not incrementing the k pointer is because we know that number 1 appeared thrice in the array. So we want to save a valid value at the position that k is pointing at currently. As we did not copy any values, the state of the input arrays remains unchanged. So for the next run, my I will be 3, k will still be 2. This time we are comparing the element at position 3 with element at position 0. As the values do not match, we'll take the value and save it in the position that k is pointing at, which is 2. After the copy, the number 1 no longer appears more than 2 times in the output array. Here's the updated nums array. And after doing the copy, we can increment our k pointer. So for the next run, my I will be 4 and k will be 3. We'll do the same check. This is I, this is k, and because we are doing k minus 2, we are comparing this value with this element. As the values do not match, we'll do the copy operation again. Post the copy, the output array would look something like this. For the next run, we'll increment both our pointers. This time we are comparing the value at position 5 with the value at 2. Because we have already updated the value at 2 in the second transaction, the updated values are equal, so we'll only increment I and continue with the next run. For the last run, my I will be 6, k will still be 4. Just like the previous transaction, k is always pointing at the position where the new value should be replaced into. Earlier we were pointing at this position because 1 was repeated thrice, and this time we are pointing at this position because 2 is repeated thrice. As the value that I is pointing not equal to the value that k minus 2 is pointing, we'll do the copy. After the copy, the updated array would look something like this. We can ignore the last two elements as we don't care. As we did this copy, the value of k will be incremented and it will be written at the end, which is going to be 5. With this solution, our time complexity is O of n, as we are iterating through the input array only once, and the space complexity is O of 1, as we were updating the input array during the iteration itself without creating a separate variable. I hope you were able to understand this explanation. Let me show you how we can implement this using C#. Here is the C# solution. I start by adding a couple of validations to make sure that the input is not null and the length is greater than 2. If either of the conditions are met, we are either returning 0 or the nums.length. I then initialize the k pointer and start a for loop with I pointing at 2 all the way to the end of the array, and then checking if the value that I is pointing is it equal to the value at k minus 2. If they are not equal, then I'm copying the value at I and saving it to the position that k is pointing at and then incrementing the k pointer. Once the for loop is complete, I'm returning the value of k as an output. This code, when submitted on LeetCode, beats nearly 81% of the submissions in terms of runtime and 57% in terms of memory. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you were able to understand this explanation and the source code. The link to the code is available in the description below. Feel free to check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.